A series of mini vlogs I'm doing while I'm waiting for my pizza oven. This is just a regular oven, in fact, to heat up enough to put my pizza into it. I'm waiting for my oven to get the temperature, and I'm now going to do a series of small talks about small different subjects. Subject number one. My opinions on people not liking things or liking things. This is kind of a weird subject, but it's something I think about a lot because, there's a whole there's a whole massive culture built around analysis and criticism, right? Everything I'm into, every art I'm into and make, there's a whole, entire subsection of people who are into that art, but not because they make it, but because they make things talking about it. Anime, film, music, TV, I said music already, I'm an idiot. Art, all these things, right? And I've sort of never got the point of it, because if I like something, I don't need someone to tell me that I like it, and if I don't like something, I don't need someone to tell me that I don't like it, But I still watch some of it, but it's a little confusing to me. So I've been thinking recently about what is it about people who say, let's just use the example of anime here, right? So say there's an anime I really like that a lot of people don't like at all. I don't know, for example, Yuri Yuri. So if I say, I really like Yuri Yuri, it's really good, and then someone says to me, you're wrong, it's bad. What are they trying to tell me? Are they trying to say, no, you're wrong, you don't like it? Because good and, what does good and bad mean, really? If a show is good, it just means you enjoyed it. If I say, this is good, I'm not actually making a statement that it's objectively good. You don't assume that. If I come up, you should watch there's a video called Subjectivity is Implied. It's pretty obvious shit. Or Digibro has a vlog called Objectively Good Doesn't Exist. Watch any of those things. If you want to hear someone talk about why I don't think that objectively good is a thing. But so generally if someone says oh yeah, that song's really good, that anime is really good, what they mean is I really like that anime. So then if someone turns around and says, no, you're wrong, it's bad, what are they saying? No, you're wrong. You didn't like that. Or, oh, I didn't really like that thing. No, you did like that thing. You did like it. You just don't know that you liked it. What's that about? Why do people say that sort of thing? And I think I've come to understand. You see, when you like something that someone else doesn't like, or the other way around, there's two reasons that the other person could hold that opinion. Either because they understand it, but they just don't, it doesn't appeal to them, or because they don't understand it, and that's why it doesn't appeal to them. So really the point of this is, the point isn't whether you like something or don't like it, but whether you can justify your opinion on that thing. So say someone says, that was some good alliteration, say someone says, I'm a really big fan of the band Coheed and Cambria. I don't know, just plucked it out of my mind. I'm a really big fan of the band Coheed and Cambria. I'm not a really big fan of the band Coheed and Cambria personally, but say someone says that to me. I'm not going to say, no, you're wrong, they're bad, right? Because obviously, if you like it, you like it. So, but I might say, I'm not so into that sort of, that type of modern prog so much. And then, if they say, why not, it's great, there's all these epic storylines, and technically everyone's amazing at their instruments, and the singer tells these has crazy lyrics and imagery, I'm not going to just sit there and be like, I don't know, man, I just don't like it. I can actually justify why those things don't appeal to me, right? I can say, well, listening to new modern prog just makes me think about old 70s prog, which is generally better. Right, if I'm listening to a Coheed and Cambria song with a big fantasy storyline or something, it just makes me think, why am I not listening to Crimson King or something, right? it's because it's just better in every way. The mixing is flat, and I don't really like the way that this music is mixed, and I don't really like the style of metal that it's in, where it's extremely clean and what's the word? Clinical sounding. Everything is so perfect that it almost removes the sense of emotion and tension for me, because it doesn't feel like someone actually expressing themselves naturally. It feels like a rehearsed performance, in an almost operatic style, where it just feels so rehearsed and so built from the ground up that it doesn't feel genuine to me. But I understand why you would like it. There we go. Now no one's going to question me. No one's going to say, no, you're wrong, they're good, actually. They might be good, but I've clearly just made it obvious that what you find good about that doesn't appeal to me. However, let's say I say something like, Yuri Yuri is a good show. Well, a lot of people don't like Yuri Yuri. A lot of people think it's bad. So someone might say, no, it's bad. Okay, why do you think it's bad? It's boring. That's fine, but I didn't find it boring, so that's not really a good expression of why you find it bad, because boring is kind of a subjective thing. Some people can just naturally sit through things that are more boring, or some people, like, what makes it boring is what I'm asking. Not it's boring, because boring and bad are essentially synonyms. Like, they might well be the same thing. So you have to explain why you found it boring, but no one can actually do that, because no one seems to think about the things that they consume, which is really weird to me. Because I can't not think about this stuff. If I watch something and it's bad, I instantly know why. I don't just watch it and I know it's bad, but I don't know why I think it's bad. Just by watching it, I instantly know why I don't like it, because I'm experiencing it. So I don't understand why other people can't communicate this very well. But whatever, that's just my quick thoughts on that subject. So I don't idolize anyone. I don't have any idols. There's a whole group of, like, a whole thought that is, you should kill your idols. You shouldn't idolize anyone. But I don't find that difficult. I sort of haven't idolized anyone for a very long time, not since my teenage years. This isn't to say that I've never respected anyone. There's many artists out there that I respect. There's many people out there that I have respect for because they've done great things in that, like, or things that I appreciate, things that have really spoken to me. Not into just naming them off, but there's lots of them, right? But none of these people I could particularly say I idolize, right? There's a few that come close, or there's a few that might seem to other people like I do. I talk about Digibro a lot on this channel because the reason, well, not the reason, but just naturally because I enjoy his style of After Dark vlogs from around 2016. Because I like that, so I'm influenced by it when I'm doing these videos. So it feels natural to me to then reference him when I'm doing these videos, because a lot of things I'm doing are inspired by him. However, I disagree with him a lot, and a lot of his personality I find incredibly annoying. He constantly talks and is incredibly selfish. He's quite immature. There's a lot of things I like a lot of things about him. He makes good videos sometimes. He has some good stuff. Whatever. There's a lot of things I don't like about him. Overall, I definitely would not say I idolize him. If there's something I idolize about him, it's the fact that he has made being an internet artist his job, which is what I want to do in life. That's basically the closest I come to idolizing anyone. Is mostly just I want to live a life that is kind of similar to his. But him as a person, I wouldn't say I idolize him. I have some respect for the content he's made. I have some respect for the way that he was able to build himself up to live the life that he does. But I wouldn't say I idolize him as a person at all. Definitely not. There's other things that come pretty close. All my favorite bands, I have great respect for. Death Grips, for example, I obviously have incredible respect for them and what they've done to change the entire shape of music right now, pretty much, without even, not even on purpose. I don't even know what they did. Shinsei Kamate-chan also, I have utmost respect for them for their first 3 or 4 albums. I can't even name every single musician I look up to. There's about a billion. Those are just some that are more modern. Maybe my most looked up to. I mean, I could name some others: John Coltrane, Jimi Hendrix, the whole of the Wu-Tang, particularly ODB, JPEG Mafia right now, the whole fucking what was that group called? Odd Future. There's a bunch of shit that I musicians that I look up to and admire or respect for their musical output, but not a single one of these people I would class as an idol for me. At no point am I I don't know how to describe it. Do you know what I mean? There's no this person is close to a god. This person is more than just a human being to me. This person is someone I really base my entire life around. No, that doesn't exist for me, because I know that they'll just let me down. Every person I ever looked up to in my family in real life, they turned out to be pieces of shit, pretty much. And people in the past that I looked up to, either on the internet, like friends or people I saw on the internet that I looked up to, like YouTubers and stuff, or bands that I used to like in the past that went to shit, or even celebrities that I really looked up to. There's very, very few that I could actually say are idols. If there's something that comes like the closest to being an idol to me, it's probably Jackie Chan, because he just worked incredibly hard and became the best at what he did and made it his job. Like that's probably I know it's kind of a weird choice for an idol, but he's one of the greatest human beings to ever live, in my opinion, and he's probably the closest to an idol that I have. But I'm super into Jackie Chan. I don't have Jackie Chan posters on my walls. I've not even watched all of his movies. Like, I just think he's a cool guy. But I'm not a massive, crazy, obsessive Jackie Chan fan, as they would say. Jackie Chan the man. I ain't a Jackie Chan fan, but it's part of my master plan, and other things. So I just don't really get the whole idolization thing, because it seems like you're setting yourself up for failure. If you hold someone above everyone else, automatically they're never going to be that. Why would you do that to yourself? You're setting yourself up to lose there. It seems like a ridiculous thing to put yourself through. That would be like meeting Jesus and he turns out to be a rapist. If you're, like being a Christian, meet Jesus, and he punches you in the face. You're just setting yourself up to feel like shit later. Why would you do that? I have eggs for breakfast almost every day. Sometimes I have eggs for multiple meals a day. They're pretty much the best food in the world, in my opinion, or the most versatile food item. You could do pretty much anything with eggs. They go with pretty much everything. They're not like too complicated flavor-wise to where they overpower anything else you want to put in a dish, but they're also complicated enough that they can be the centerpiece of a dish. And you can also cook them in about a billion different ways. Personally, scrambled eggs is what I do the most often, or scrambled or poached eggs is what I do the most often. But, you can't knock a fucking boiled egg, you can't knock a fried egg, you can't knock any of these egg types, because they're all good. Eggs are, I wouldn't even say they're underrated, because everyone seems to know this, but they're just incredible. The fact that eggs exist is just an amazing thing. They give you the protein you need to start your day. A lot of people eat cereal for breakfast, and it's just not a good breakfast. You eat that sugar in the morning, you eat all that dairy in the morning, and then about 4 hours later, you've lost all the sugar energy that you had. You eat protein for breakfast, you're set for the whole day, mate. You're fine. There's protein is the best thing to have for breakfast, really, because it just gives you the sustainable energy you need. Now, a big protein-based meal, maybe not. I'm not saying you should have a steak for breakfast. That would be a bit overkill. But a couple eggs, you just can't fucking go wrong, mate. It's just perfect. And that's the end of this episode of the thing where I vlog a lot while my pizza's heating up, because I just put my pizza in the oven. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, because I'm certainly not having a wonderful day, but I hope you do to make up for it. Goodbye.